Hello, I am in a place called Nevada, Missouri. Maybe they say Nevada. I have no idea how it's pronounced. We're literally just stopping here to get some gas and driving on. But I really wanted to get this kicked off. You see, the back of the car is filled up with stuff. We just came to help my son and his girlfriend move up to North Dakota with us. So we're all caravanning in the two cars. The two cars are super full, and that's just what we're doing. So this, I'm just going to cover up the screen. This is my TBR for the whole month of October. Now, you need to know that today is not October 1st. Today is September 30th. And so all of the ones on the far right side of the screen, those books I can get a head start on reading. So I am reading Die Trying. That's what I'm starting with. I have already been listening to it most of the drive today. We've been driving so far for, I think, 6 hours. And we have 5 more hours to go. So I'm definitely going to finish this book, and then we'll see what the next book is. Okay, so first of all, I just pumped gas. So my hair is flying everywhere. Anyway, we are staying in Omaha, Nebraska tonight. Not that that matters, but we're almost there. And I have finished Die Trying. So book 1 is already finished, and it's not even October 1st yet. So let me show you what my thing looks like right now. And actually, Die Trying is not the only one I finished. I finished one of the ones that was on my 50 before 50 that I could actually finish before the first of the month, because I'm not reading that for any readathon or anything else. That was just my 50 before 50. So I already read Drive. So I will just tell you about it really quickly. It's like a 30-page thing. It must be longer than 30 pages because it was almost an hour on audio, but it was like $2 on audio. So I was like, yeah, I'm buying that. So I got that and I read it. Actually, a couple of days ago I read it, and Drive is like a hyperdrive, and this is a prequel kind of explaining to us the way hyperdrives and that kind of stuff works in the world of The Expanse. My husband is acting ridiculous. We're in 2 separate vehicles, so I've not been riding with him all day today. So anyway, that's all that Drive was about. It was nice. It was good. It was a little bit more serious than I feel like some of his have been. But anyway, I liked it. And then I just finished Die Trying. Now, first of all, since this is done for a readathon, I'm going to talk about a few things. Number 1, if it has anything to do with terrorism, you can mark this down as a yes, it does do that. So number 2 about this book is if you need a mystery or some kind of, I mean, it's not really a murder mystery. It's more of a, I don't know, ex-military person solving crime. That's not a thing. I've never seen that before on a readathon, but it could be there. Who knows? Anyway, this book works for it. This is book number 2, and Jack Reacher is accidentally put in the middle of a situation, and he's got to figure out how to get out of it. And so ultimately, that's what it is. But it is him doing that as he's being transported across the country and then to a militia area in Montana where he is just trying to survive and help people escape and go where they need to go. So that is Jack Reacher. And now I gave my son a picture of all the covers of the next books that I can start a day early. And he has chosen Holly by Stephen King. So I will be back to check in after I have read some of Holly. Okay, that's loud. This is our last stop before we get home. So our last stop, I am a little over halfway finished with Holly, and I'm going to stop for the day because I am still reading it with Andrew, so I want to wait and see what he thinks about it, but I have some definite thoughts about it, and we'll talk about them at my house. I feel like, basically, here are the basic ones before I finish the book. I'll tell you my basic thoughts. I do agree that there is a lot of political stuff in here, and it all revolves around people's thoughts about COVID and the vaccines and those kind of things. So if you really hate those political situations, it's also an instance where we know exactly where the author stands in real life. If you know anything, I'm not even on Twitter, and I know where he stands in a lot of things. So definitely we know that he is pushing his beliefs and his thoughts and stuff in this book, which is what a lot of authors do. Like, a lot of them. I've read a lot of dystopian novels that push environmental issues that are important to them, and that's exactly what Stephen King is doing. It's just not something that I have always expected from him, but I don't know how you write a book set in 2020 and 2021, which is when this book, the majority of this book, takes place, and not at least talk about COVID and vaccines and things like that. Now, do I think he's a little too heavy-handed with a lot of it? Yes. But those are the main complaints that I've heard from people, and those are the only issues that I even mildly have, and I don't have huge issues with it. Second, the mystery in this book is amazing. It's so good, and I know he's doing that thing again where he times everything in his book where it's going to come together at the perfect point, and I cannot wait to get there. So I'm going to go ahead on and read another book, and I don't even know which one it is yet. So I'll surprise you in my next clip and let you know what I started reading. Good morning. I finished, what's it called? Truth or Beard last night. And I couldn't record my thoughts about it immediately because I was still asleep. Oh, I see that you can see my polyfill. Let me show you. I made a pumpkin. It's super cute, but there are things that I don't like about it, but it's fine. I still have to do the stem part, and then there's a leaf thing that I can make. So I've made a little bit of it, but not much. Anyway, for Truth or Beard, I read this in 2021, which I already knew that I had, but I knew that it would fit one of the prompts that I needed for the trick-or-treat-a-thon, and so I went ahead and picked it up. So I've now finished 2 books on my trick-or-treat-a-thon bingo board, and I have also finished 1 book that didn't really count for anything. So I've already updated all of that, and this is how it looks in my new, with my new things marked off. So then I went and looked on my Libby app because I already checked out everything from the library that was available on Libby, and the one that I checked out first is Nevermore. And so that is the one that I am reading currently. Now, for the Clue readathon, for the Stephen King Clue readathon, the first book I'm reading is In a Dark, Dark Wood or something like that. And it is still on hold at Libby, but it's saying available soon. But it is said available soon for 5 days, which is not normal. Like, normally if it says available soon, it's available the next day or so. So I am going to go probably just use a credit that I have and get that book so that I can go ahead and start reading it, because we're getting clues for who the killer is based on every 3 books that our team reads. So we finished our 3rd book today and got our first clue, which I can't tell you what it is because other people might see, but we know one of the people who did not get murdered. That's what we found out today. So that's it. That's where I am. Nevermore is really cute so far. Like, it's got some Harry Potter similarities in there, since it's got like something happening on your 11th birthday and that changes your life completely, like that kind of thing. And of course it's magical, so it does have those elements that are similar. But anyway, I like it so far, and I'm going to keep reading that and then probably start In a Dark, Dark Wood later. I have not read any more of Holly. I'm waiting for Andrew. He had to take a little bit of a break. So I do still have Holly that is over 50% of the way done. And it's just kind of sitting there waiting until I get to it. So that's where I am with the rest of them though. And today is a day of work and a day of reading. So when I read more of Morgan Crow, I'll check back in with you, and hopefully I can get it finished today. or possibly early tomorrow, and then I'll be moving on to the next one. So I finished Nevermore. I wanted to call it Morgan Crow because that's the little girl's name, but I finished Nevermore last night, and it was really cute. Like it continued with what I would call the adventurer, Harry Potter, potentially like any of those YA, young YA, like middle grade adventure stories where a preteen gets some kind of, finds out they have a special power and they have to go somewhere. But she's born on a certain night where everybody born that night dies on their 12th birthday, and when an event happens. But something happens on her 11th birthday and she's going to have to die early. And then she is sent on a mission before she dies. So that's all I'm going to say about it. But it was really good. There was a lot of found family aspects to it because as soon as she's born, her parents know that she's not going to live. So she was raised knowing that she was dying on her 12th birthday. So her dad is very distant and didn't get super attached to her. And everybody in the family talks about it. Like they all knew it was coming. So it created a weird family dynamic. And also, like, on her last night there, her stepmother was just being so weird about things. I want to say what happened, but it's definitely a spoiler, so I can't. But anyway, I finished that last night, and now I started this morning. I started A Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. Is that what it's called? It's a ridiculously long name for this book, but it is giving me Murderbot feels. Like it feels like the same kind of situation as Murderbot, except we're in the heads of all of the people on the ship and not just one person. But there are a lot of different aliens. And so each of them kind of feels and thinks in a different way. And I really like that we're getting all those POVs. I thought this was like a really short book, and it's not. It is like 12 hours on audio. So I'm about 30% of the way through with it. I'm going to read a little bit more tonight, and then hopefully I can finish it up tomorrow. And I don't know what I'll be starting on. I'm hoping that I can get going with Holly, but I need to message Andrew and see if he's ready to start Holly again. So for right now, that's where we are, and hopefully I can get it done. I will give you a quick shot right here of how my board looks right now. Nevermore is part of my bingo board, but it was also one of my Bookopoly books, so that helped, or Spookoplathon is what I should say. So it was nice that I got to mark it off of both things. So that's it, and I'll check in a little bit later. Okay, good morning. It is the 6th of October. I am coming in here to close this out. I did finish The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet last night. It was so good. It was just, there were so many twists and turns about it that I did not expect. The alien species that she's written, they're fantastic. Like, I just love them so much. All the different kinds, the good guys and the bad guys. I love them. Okay, so I am done with that. There is one other thing that I need to show you. I went through all of my books yesterday. I know you can't see, but that top shelf, now you can see it. The top shelf is empty. These are Book of the Month books on these 3 shelves, and the bottom shelf is also empty of books. The blue shelf over here is almost completely empty, and the white bookshelf down here is almost completely empty. I am unhauling over 175 books. I'm going to talk about this in the next vlog, but yeah, it was a lot of books, and they're all gone from my shelves. Thank you so much for watching. Leave me a book emoji, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.